Hello everybody, Crow back, and I've actually got a title for this video series now, as you can see by the title of the video. I'm going to be calling it Crow Extra, and I'm naming this, it's thanks to PureSocks333 in the last untitled, I guess, video. He made a suggestion. He said Crow Plus, and that got me thinking, it's really close to something I'd like. So, I thought Crow Plus, and less than half a minute later, I was like, hey, Crow Extra, that sounds pretty good to me. So, thanks to PureSocks333 for kind of giving me the bump in the brain to name the series Crow Extra. So, yeah, thanks again. And, while I'm at it, I might as well just read off the rest of the comments in that last untitled video series. I think I'm going to be renaming them. This will be like the third Crow Extra video, but I think I'm going to go back and rename the unnamed ones to Crow Extra. But let's see. Mobile Decay. He says, tee hee hee, I have this. I remember wanting this so bad when it came out. Lol. This game is so bad. He's talking about Way of the Warrior, which was the game footage I was playing in the last video. Oh, I completely forgot to mention the video that I'm showing here is from Tank on the Wii U. I haven't played this in a long time. In fact, this captured footage is from the very first time I actually played the game. It's pretty fun. It's based on an arcade game my friends and I used to play a lot at GameWorks. They're like, hey, have you played Tank? I'm like, I've never heard of that. We gotta play it. And we went there and played that a lot. And it's a really fun game, especially multiplayer. But onward with the comments of the last video. Cybercross 11. When is the Firepower video going to come out? The funny thing was that the day he posted that, I had actually already posted it earlier that day. So there's that. Mega Man Universe says Crow's Nest. I guess in reference to what I would name this series, and but he didn't realize this. He made the comment before I'd actually said that. And then he says, I wrote it before he said it in the video. So, yeah. And then he says, Let's Crow from one of your older videos. And, yeah, I did not want to call the video Let's Crow. That absolutely makes no sense to me. It sounds pretty weird. Because I did say that mistakenly in one of my videos instead of Crow Plays. Ryan Airzonk World Champ, otherwise known as Star Soldier 1. He says, The Crow LOL Show. I do laugh a lot, but I don't know if I want to put that in the title of the video. Besides, we're already going with Crow Extra. Fuma86. Finally, someone other than me wants to play the DS, 3DS games on TV. I get why they don't. I get why they didn't do it before because of the touchscreen, but now the Wii U, this should be possible, and something I hope Nintendo decides to make. I would love to play all my handheld games on a TV. Great stuff, Crow. And thanks for that. And I would love to be able to play all my portable systems on a TV somehow. From the Game Gear, the Lynx, onward from there. Martroid, how about Crow doesn't play, or has anybody already said that? What's really funny about that is I already have a video that's named Crow Doesn't Play, and it's when I was trying to play Forgotten Worlds on the Genesis, but I didn't realize that if you were using a 6-button controller, you needed to hold down the mode switch or the game didn't play. So I posted the video as Crow Doesn't Play because I couldn't figure out why I couldn't play the game. But other than that, it's an interesting thought. But again, I gotta go with Crow Extra. Jinx2131 Beyond the Bird, or Crow's Extra Crap. Well, he's really close there, and he actually posted this a couple hours ago after I already decided on the name I'm going to go with. But Crow Extra, that's really close. I'm not going to call it Crow's Extra Crap. Beyond the Bird, that's actually a pretty good name, but I'm still going to go with Crow Extra. I've already made up my mind. So thanks for all those comments. While we're reading comments, I want to actually read some comments on the video I posted yesterday. And this was a video that was really meant for eBay. I wasn't really expecting to get so many comments on it. Well, there's only 7, but I still wasn't expecting almost any comments on it. And that is the short video I put up showing the Jaguar system and the CD. I just wanted to put up a video on eBay show before I, well, while I put up the, I'm just tongue twisting myself all over the place here. I put up the posting on eBay, but I wanted to have a video to go with it aside from just the pictures, because, you know, I'm asking $400 for it, just kind of to want to give that reinsurance to the person who's paying for it that yes, it does work. And it seems to be working. It's only been a day and there's already 4 people watching it. That page has gotten like 170 hits on eBay at this point, and it's been only about a day. So I'll get to my eBay escapades a little bit later, but on Lord Cold Games on that video had posted, "Cool, wish I could buy it. Why are you getting rid of it? Why are you getting rid of this? Do you have a spare?" No, I don't have a spare, but it's something I never really played that much. I did play the games. I really didn't like any of them. They're Space Ace, but I have Space Ace on the Wii. I mean, it's not as pixelated or compressed as it is on the Jaguar. There's Baldies. I could never figure out how to play that game. But yeah, it's not something I would like to keep, actually. If I'm going to sell it, I mean, especially since I could get so much money for it, definitely going to apply that to some of the pinball expenses I want to incur later on. Ryan Airzonk, World Champ, again, Star Soldier 1. Finally, a working Jag CD. Wish I had the cash, dude. I wish he had the cash, too. Mega Man Universe. Sounds like Sean Connery. Lol. I really don't think I sound like Sean Connery at all. Not even close to his kind of heritage. Don't have that Scottish accent at all. Not at all, I don't think. Dave Halligan. Very nice. I have a Jaguar. And while I like the games, I think it's a very underrated console. The games cost a lot of money. I'd like to get the CD-ROM unit. At some point, I'll ask the marketplace section of the Atari Age forums. Yeah, it's a good idea, I guess. When he says the games cost a lot, I really don't think they cost any more than like a Nintendo 64 game. You know, $10 to $20 on average, I think. There are a few that go for above that amount, especially when you're talking about in-box. I guess I'm just kind of thinking about, you know, cartridge, loose carts only. But yeah, I really don't think the CD-ROM unit is worth it. And I am getting rid of the Jaguar as well. I mean, the only game I really liked on it was Tempest 2000. There's really nothing else really holding me to the Jaguar, so I'm letting that go. And then finally, Roman RM1 says, I don't think you should delete the video after you sell it. It's pretty informative. If someone wants to see exactly how, how exactly that system looked and what was included, I doubt whoever purchases it will make YouTube videos about it. So preserve the history. Do not delete it. Yeah, I was going to delete that video after I posted it, but so many people are wanting me to keep it up there, so I'll probably just rename it something else after it sells and keep the video on my channel. Say, you know, warning, this is sold, I no longer have this, or something like that. Anyway, those are kind of all the comments I wanted to kind of go over. Moving on. Now, I have been trying to sell some stuff through Craigslist for like the past 3 weeks, and I think I'm pretty much done with it. I was trying to sell like the Jaguar and the Jaguar CD up on there, the Magnavox Odyssey 2, the Atari 5200, and some other things. I kind of didn't want to have to find a box big enough to mail those things, but I did anyway, and those items are now up on eBay. I've let the postings on Craigslist lapse. Craigslist is just full of insane people. I wanted to experiment with it, but like seriously, I mean, I really didn't get much in the way of for the Atari 5200 or the what was the other thing I just said? The Odyssey 2. But the Jaguar, I was trying to sell everything together, and I happened to put on the bottom of the page that, you know, if you were interested, you know, in these other titles, I have these other games, and I put the prices on them. They would be additional. And I did sell one of those games through Craigslist. And it happened to be with somebody I met at the Midwest Gaming Classic, which was, or not the Midwest, met somebody at the Video Game Summit. He bought some other stuff off of me, and he wound up buying Tempest 2000 off of me. But I was getting stupid messages like, well, not so much stupid. A lot of people were asking, hey, do you want to trade? Do you want to trade? I just want the CD unit. And I kept saying, no, it's for the whole bundle. I don't want to separate it. And let me think here for a second. Yeah, I would get weird messages like, hey, I see the CD unit could sell on eBay for $220. How about I offer you $150 cash? Now, that sounds incredibly stupid to me. Like, why would you tell me I could get $220 on eBay for it and then offer me $70 lower than what you just told me I could get for it? It makes no sense. And little story, and this is actually quite funny. Somebody had posted me like, "Oh, you want to make a trade for the game Earthbound?" I'm like, Earthbound? I was expecting like, oh, he wants to trade for like a loose cart Earthbound. And he said, I go, well, is it complete in box? And he's like, yeah, it is. And he sent pictures, and it was halfway decent. And I was thinking, yeah, I'll do the trade because then I could sell that copy of Earthbound and get the same amount of money. It'd be easier to ship. So, I was texting, him, and he's like, I get the stuff, and I go to start driving to his place so he could like plug it in and test it and work and everything. And I was like already on my way, and he's texting me while I'm driving, and I finally just called. He texted me something like, I kept like repeating what he was getting: the Jaguar CD, and the 6 games. And he's like, yeah, and then out of nowhere, I'm driving, and he texts me, why only 6 games? And I'm like, okay, well, I have like hands free to be able to drive and talk, so I just called him. I'm like, I'm already on your way to the place. He was like 40 minutes away, and it was like Sunday. This was last Sunday, and I was like, I'm up for a drive. I'll just take a quick drive, and I got this thing in my trunk, and I call him. I'm like, no, it comes with only the 6 games. He's like, why not all the games in the list? I'm like, well, those are extra, and he's trying to tell me that. It's this copy of Earthbound's worth $450, which I don't think it was. It wasn't like mint condition or anything like that. I would have estimated like $350 or $400 at most. I could have thought I could have gotten $400 out of it, but he's like, oh yeah, and the Jaguar CD, I see that going for $150, online, and I just thought that you were including the rest of the stuff to make up the difference. I'm like, no. And at this point, I was like starting not to be in the mood, and I'm like, I'll turn this. I'm like, well, I don't have that stuff with me, and I'm already on my way. And he's like, okay, come on, we'll do the trade. Well, later on, I get egg on my face because I get to his place and we hook up the Jaguar and it doesn't work. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I could hear the laser CD move it, like the lens moving and trying to read the disc, but the disc is not spinning. And I was like, well, at this point, I kind of didn't even want the Earthbound anyway. I kind of knew what the problem was. And I'm like, well, I guess I can't sell it to you or make the trade with you. And I just took it home. And it literally only took me less than 5 minutes to fix it. What had happened was that the lid got pressed down way too hard at some point over the last couple months. And it just pushed down the plate way too far down. So all you need to do is take a screwdriver and kind of prop that up a little bit. And the thing works perfectly now. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to sell this on eBay. I'll probably be able to sell it in no time on eBay. I bet you, I don't want to make a bet, but I have a feeling that will sell in less than a week. That, and believe it or not, the Apple Pippin, which I said was like going to be the first thing I was going to sell. But I never got around to posting it anywhere other than Craigslist. And once I put it on eBay, people are flocking to the page. Already got a bunch of people watching the page. I think $200 is a very nice price for it. So I think that'll sell within the week too, hopefully. I mean, this is what I'm hoping. So, yeah, other than that, last week when I did this, I was mentioning, oh, I was going to post all this stuff on eBay. I made my own store and everything, and the store is working out great for me. The only problem was that, like, when I got the basic store, it allows me to have 150 listings for free, no insertion fee. So I was like, oh, I'll just do 150 postings a month. So I started, like, putting stuff on eBay like willy-nilly, just anything. I was going through, all the Wii games, all the PSP games, all this other stuff. And I started getting a message saying I was approaching my limit of 100 items. Because supposedly you are only allowed to post 100 items or $5,000 worth of items a month to eBay. And so if it doesn't sell, then you get that item back. But if it sells, then you have to wait till the next month for that counter to reset. I wasn't really aware of that. But then it was saying that if you need the limit to be increased, call them and see if you're eligible. So the next day I did call them. Turns out I was eligible, and I upped my limit to 200 items a month. And actually, what I've been doing this weekend is putting like 100 more items. Takes longer than I thought it was. A very, very simple process. eBay is a lot smoother than it was last time I was seriously selling stuff on it about 4 or 5 years ago. Very easy. Even shipping internationally is way easier. There's almost no reason to not to ship internationally. Don't like filling out customs forms? That was my excuse. Well, now you print out the custom forms. You just have to wait in line at the post office now so they can stamp that stuff. But very pain-free. I only just recommend only shipping priority to overseas. I found out somebody wanted something first class overseas to Germany, and I found out that if some countries with first class shipping, you can't get tracking. So unfortunately, that item was sent without tracking. But I learned my lesson. I'm only gonna do priority overseas from now on. But yeah, I just finished. I got let me take a look at my eBay page really quick here. 163 active listings in my eBay store now. And I've left myself a little bit of wiggle room. I could post 5 more items. And I don't know if it resets in October or if it's literally 30 days from when I posted items, if they'll reset my counter or whatnot. I guess I'll just have to wait and see. But all I know now is I'm going to be sitting here for the rest of the month, packing up stuff and shipping it out. Can't post anything new until October at least, I think. So yeah, eBay's going good. Moving on, next subject. This will be like second to last subject. I just kind of want to talk about the PS Vita TV thing. Something that I'm kind of looking forward to for only $100. I don't know if this is coming out in the U.S. or not. I think this is Japan only. I hope it comes out in the U.S. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, it is only coming out in Japan, as far as we know. But a little device like a Roku box that you hook up to your TV, and you watch Netflix on it. It basically has all the functionality of the PS Vita, only hooked up to your TV. And it even has a cartridge slot to be able to play most Vita games, but there are Vita games that require the touch screen that's like Uncharted, that you won't be able to use, obviously, because you won't have the touch screen. The thing I find interesting is that I wonder how it's going to handle certain games. For some reason with the Vita, they wanted all the games to use the touch screen. So I have some games where you can only select menu items using the touchscreen, but for the rest of the game you can use the controls, but only for menu items you have to touch the touchscreen. I wonder if they're going to have like some kind of upgrade or update to those games that allow you to use regular control, like the D-pad and the whatever button, the X button, to select items on the menu, because like Super Monkey Ball, I think even Luminous, you have to touch the screen just to select things, and it seems kind of silly to me. I didn't like it's like I don't want to get fingerprints on my screen unless I absolutely have to, and right there they are making me get my screen all dirty. So yeah, I think that's a good idea. If it ever comes out in the US, I'll probably get one, especially if it is only $100. Last thing I want to talk about is they are releasing a new version of the PS Vita. It's a cheaper version. I think it's like $200, but it actually is a downgrade. And what they're doing is they're replacing the OLED screen with an LCD screen. And to me, the OLED screen is like the best thing about the Vita. I love that screen. And to get rid of it is kind of a shame. And I guess I'd have to see what the new screen looks like. But I don't think it could look anywhere close to what the OLED screen on the current Vita looks like. But yeah, maybe it is a way to get more people into the Vita. Hopefully they'll keep an OLED screen version around and not just get rid of it completely. Because it is pretty cool. I love it. You kind of have to see it in person to really appreciate it, I think. And yeah, that's pretty much all I want to talk about. And I think my game footage is almost over anyway. So, well, thanks everyone for watching or listening. You don't have to watch anything. You just have to listen to me. If you made it this far, let me know. I'm just kind of curious who listens to me ramble on for 21 minutes. Anyway, thanks for watching, listening, whatever. See y'all next time. Bye.